Brought to you by Penguin.
Albion, written and read by Anna Hope. There is nothing quite like the English country house anywhere else in the world. Vita Sackville West. Day 1. It is not yet dawn. Frannie lies in the dark of the bedroom, Rowan beside her in the bed. Something has woken her. Perhaps it was the wind changing direction, stirring the new leaves. Perhaps it was Rowan, moving in her sleep. Her daughter, who sleeps soundly now, breath steady and regular, arms flung out across the mattress, but who crossed the landing again last night, disturbed by a nightmare, tearful and afraid. Frannie checks the time on her phone, almost 4. There will be no more sleep for her now, she's sure of that. So she slides out of bed and reaches for the pile of clothing she discarded late last night. Jeans and an old hoodie. Rowan does not stir as Frannie slips on her clothes, nor as she walks carefully across the floor, picking her way between the unpacked boxes, the suitcases and the picture frames stacked against the wall. Then out onto the landing, closing the door gently behind her and walking downstairs, along the back corridor to the boot room, where she puts on her work jacket and beanie, finds her wellies in the darkness and pulls them on. Outside, in the shadowed bulk of the house, it is cold, and Frannie's breath clouds before her in the still air. The sky is a navy blue, and a yellow moon hangs in the west. She takes the path through the kitchen garden, then opens the latch gate and passes out into the park. To the south, in the valley bottom, a low mist lies over the river and the lake it feeds, clinging to the tussocky grass at the water's edge. She hesitates, unsure which direction to take, then makes her way uphill, through the long grasses, their heads heavy with dew, clotted with dung and flowers and cuckoo spit, thick with thistle and dock and ragwort, her jeans damp now above the tops of her Wellingtons, her breath deepening, arms swinging, heading west. She steps with care. It is May, and there are often birds nesting by the paths, woodlarks, skylarks, or there may be cows sleeping. 2 females of her herd of longhorns are close to calving, and it is not uncommon at this time of year to come across a mother and a newborn calf lying together in a patch of flattened grass. The ground beneath her boots is hard. There was hardly any rain for the whole of April, and the earth rises and falls in deep ruts and furrows, churned by the pigs earlier in the year as they searched for plants and bugs in the rich clayey soil. For now, though, the pigs are on slightly higher ground. They often like to lie up against the trunks of the old oaks at the edge of Ned's wood. The acorns are most plentiful there in the autumn, and even now, in late spring, they can be found. She knows how they will be sleeping, humped together in the companionable way they have, tucked into a depression in the earth. She sends up a swift prayer for her own daughter to sleep on, undisturbed, as she climbs higher, towards the old oak that guards the ridge, the outline of its bole just coming into view above her, sagged and swagged with age. As she crests the hill, she stops to gather her breath. Below her the mist is rising, showing the curve of the river. Moonlight lies silver on the water, and on the roof and chimneys of the house, which looks almost modest from here, tucked against the valley slope. She leans her body against the trunk of the oak, feeling its gnarled bark through the fabric of her clothes. How old? Impossible to tell. The heartwood has been eaten by fungi and beetles, and so there can be no counting of its rings, but it appears as an already thick-trunked tree in the portrait of her ancestor which hangs in the library, painted 240 years ago when the house was built. Her father used to say the tree was at least 400 years old, that it watched over this valley when the iron forge was fed by the dammed river, by the Hammer Pond, that it was here when her ancestor built his house, erecting 20 bedrooms.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?